welcome to the Joy of Crafting show brought to you by Ben Franklin Crafts. You know, the kids are going back to school and there's a lot of different things that we like to make that makes it a little bit more happy when they go back to school. So Puna from Enchanted Lake has a really cute project that they can use, right?
Right. We actually did this a little bit earlier in the summer on the blog, and we thought, you know, kind of good for the summer reading program. But once they're going back to school now, we can keep up and maybe make reading a little bit more fun for them. So what I'm going to make today is a bookmark monster. Or a monster bookmark, one way or the other. So it's kind of a cute little guy. This is going to go on the corner of a book. So you don't need a whole lot for this. You do need some scrapbooking paper. So I have some cute guys here, and then Martha Stewart scoreboard, and a trimmer, and some punches. That's pretty much it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use our trimmer, and we're going to trim our paper down to a 3 by 3 square.
3 by 3.
Yeah, so 3 inches by 3 inches. And for this project, you kind of want to have a double-sided paper.
Oh, okay.
Because you actually are going to see both sides when you're done with it. So we're going to do 3 by 3 square. And one 3.5 by 3.5 square.
Same paper?
Same paper.
Okay.
So 3.5 by 3.5. Okay. So this 3.5 by 3.5 square is going to have one more step to go along with it. We actually are going to have to trim it in half.
Oh.
So, and we're trimming it in half diagonally.
Okay.
So we want to make a triangle out of the square. And I'm just going to use my trimmer to do that. All I do is line up the corners. Then I want to make some tabs on this triangle. So what I'm going to do is use the Martha Stewart trimmer, scoring board has a special piece that helps you do envelopes. But we're going to use this piece now to make straight tabs on our triangle. And I want to line it up to one edge. It doesn't matter where you line it up to, but I want to line it up here, and I'm going to do 1/4 of an inch in. So I'm going to score 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to score 1/4 of an inch on this side.
Okay. Oh, that's handy.
And that's going to be, yeah, so and it's really handy when you want to make envelopes, because you're going to do diagonal scoring, and when you want to make a monster bookmark. And then I'm just going to kind of trim out my tabs here so that they fit nicely in my little monster. On top of my monster. Okay, so here's the tabs, and here is my other 3 by 3 square. Then I need to put some double stick tape on my tabs, just like this. So one double stick tape on each side, and then we just line up the edges. So then the next thing we need to do is make the eyes. So we're using Marview Cheetah punches. For the white paper, it is 1.5 inch punches, or 1 punch.
Those are big eyes.
Pretty big eyes, but we kind of like bigger eyes rather than smaller eyes. I seem to think the bigger eyes are cuter than smaller eyes. Then 1 inch punch.
I don't know.
For the colored part of the eye.
Yeah. The pupils. I don't know.
So 1 inch punch for the colored part of the eye, and then a 1/2 inch punch for the black part. And then the same thing with these.
So this is a good scrap craft too.
It is, yeah, because you don't have to, you're using pretty small pieces for most of it. And you can put together whatever kind of cute papers you want. It always comes out really nice.
There's your eyes.
There's my eyes. And then the same thing, they're going to go on using double stick tape. And then the only thing we have left is to do some teeth. And we're going to use our white paper with that. So for the teeth, what I'm going to do is cut off another 3 inch square out of my white. You don't have to throw these pieces away. You can always reuse them, keep them on the side. a lot of these you can make another
Monster
with.
or
Yeah.
something else. Yeah.
This is going to go in his mouth like that.
Oh.
And I'm going to take some tape. I'm going to put it on this side. I'm going to tape this to the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then trim up some teeth.
Oh, see, I was thinking that, oh, you got to cut out a whole bunch of tiny triangles and glue each one. That's smart. That way, when it goes, I guess it'll.
You know
when
exactly
it
that
goes
it's going
in
to, yeah.
to the book, it won't get caught on the teeth.
So there's his teeth. He only has 3.
Because here we are at Crazy Karaoke.
Yeah.
And so we got their big book.
They allowed us to use their big song list book. And then all you're going to do is put
Like that. That
right
is
on the
so
corner.
cute. Thanks, Puna. Well, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.